when Case returns home on September 27th, a 1 p.m. kick against Thiel College. Dave will have the play-by-play that day, and we'll have a two-man booth in that one. Case ready to go. It's a low, spiraling, wobbling now kick toward the 5-yard line, picked up on a couple of hops, bringing it back up the field, finding some room up toward the 30. The Tartans going to have good field position. That was a nice return from Chris Herrera. So back to work, the freshman quarterback for the Carnegie Mellon Tartans, Brian Jangro. A couple of veteran head coaches, and Greg Debelak and Rich Lackner. We'll see which of the two maybe wins the chess match at halftime to make the better adjustments. Carnegie Mellon lines up with a couple receivers off to the left-hand side and a tight end off the line of scrimmage. High snap. It's a fake handoff, and Jangro is swallowed. The ball pops out, and they are going to rule that Carnegie Mellon's forward progress had stopped. Jangro was down by a whistle, not by contact. That was borderline and a tough break for Case defensively, as they thought they might have ripped away one. Instead, it's just a sack. Not sure who they were going to give credit to. There were 3 or 4 bodies right on top of him, but it's 2nd and 11. Jangro's got to hurry. He gets rid of it near side to Prather. He's up toward the 28 or 29. Back to what appears to be about the original line of scrimmage. Nope. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. Case wants a 3 and out here right away. We'll see if they get it. 3 targets to Jangro's right. He'll look that way. Rolling. He's about to be hit from behind and dropped. Case defensively has come out with some kind of exclamation point here at the start of half number 2. KJ Peterson in to make the stop. Justin Williams there as well. Peterson comes up with a big sack. And the Tartans bring on the punting unit. Just about a minute and a half gone by. Here in half number 2, 3 plays. And the punting team out for Carnegie Mellon. Pretty decent punt from Tyler Coleman. Hangs high in the air. Great hang time. Lapsevic calls for the fair catch right at the 35, right in the middle of the hashes. 13:08 left in the second half clock in the third quarter. Billy Beecher and company back out offensively. And we'll see if Beecher can put this game out of reach early on. I think if Case goes up 21-0, well, there would still be lots of time left. I'm not sure Carnegie Mellon's offense is going to have it in them to make up that kind of ground tonight. Immediately they go to the ground, and it's Manny Secre up to the 39, a 4-yard pickup. Case, 5-time UAA champs, 3-time NCAA appearances. All 3 seasons were undefeated contests back in 07, 08, and 09. So some good program history as of late. See if Beecher can try to keep this program in winning ways. Finished with a 5-4 record a year ago under mostly the leadership of Eric Olson. Beecher going to throw right side. It's caught. This is Albers at the 40 and inside the 40 down to the 39. 22-yard pass and catch between Billy Beecher and Ethan Albers, who caught the game's first touchdown back with 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Case driving right down Carnegie Mellon's throat again. 2 backs in the backfield along with Beecher. They like the look and let it go. Secre. And he stopped after a pickup of just 2. A couple of other big college football games on tonight. Ohio State and Virginia Tech doing battle, one of the big games of the week. The other one is the final Final time, Michigan and Notre Dame will play each other, which made it all the more interesting that the Fighting Irish announced earlier this week schedule commitments against Ohio State. I believe that's the years 2022 and 2023. Secret with a good chop block in the backfield. Open over the middle, a big catch. Inside the 20 and down inside the 20. Zach Medved, sophomore tight end, with a big reception. Found some open space. And Medved with a nice pickup, 23 yards on the reception. 1st and 10 from the 14 as the Spartans try to score here in their first possession of the second half. 11 minutes to go in quarter number 3 as Beecher empties the backfield. High snap, he's going to keep it, and is smacked in the backfield by Carlton Gibson. Junior outside linebacker from Pittsburgh put a licking right into Billy Beecher. Brian Corey right over there to say, hey man, nice hit. And now Gibson's reward is come on over to the sideline, pal. 2nd down and 12 after the 2-yard loss. Secret pointing to the right. They're trying to pick up the blitz. 3-4 defense. Looks like pressure coming from both sides. It's an all-out blitz. Beecher's got to hurry over the middle and incomplete. He wanted to throw to Luke DiFrancesco. Led him a little too much. DiFrancesco kind of rolled off the end of the route. And it was incomplete right near the goal line. Good coverage. 3rd and 12 from the 16. Case up 2 scores. 10 minutes and change left in the 3rd. Spartans could get a 1st down without scoring. They've got to get to the 4-yard line for that. 4-receiver look for Beecher. Pressure coming, he hurries it up, and the throw is incomplete. Looking again for the freshman, Luke DiFrancesco, and the Spartans will, I believe, bring out the field goal unit here. Nick Bavaro will come on. Got a little pat on the side from Zach Lyon, a sophomore, as if to say, hey man, let's go, let's put this up 3 scores. The attempt is a 33-yard kick. 10-12 left. We'll see if Bavaro can hit it. High snap. Kick is on its way, and it is good. 17-0. Spartans on top. 10:07 left in quarter number 3. A couple touchdowns in the first half. The special teams look good in half number 1, with the exception of maybe 1 bad kick return against them. And now a field goal to add to their resume here in the early part of the second half, so they get points on their opening drive. You've probably noticed the brand new uniforms sported by the Spartans this evening. Case Western Reserve would like to extend a very special thank you to Nike and the family of alumnus Mary and Franklin Rudy for their work in outfitting all 19 varsity athletic teams in truly the finest athletic competition apparel on the market. Those are pretty sweet jerseys that Case is sporting tonight. Get a pretty good look at them there. I really like those helmets. Kick from Raz down the field. Return from the 10. Right up the gut. Bouncing to the outside, up toward the 40. And it's Shea Seeley on the return. Seeley gets a pat on the shoulder as he gives the Tartans some good field position, but let's see if Case can make something happen of it. Or rather, let's see if Carnegie Mellon can make something happen of it. Offensively tonight, that just hasn't really been the case. So the Tartans come back out, and Case defensively will get all their matchups taken care of. You just saw Nick Kwan on screen line up with his receiver. Here's a handoff to the left and a big hit in the backfield. Guess who? Everett DeShong does it again. He has been all over the place defensively tonight. Number 24 having an awfully nice game for the Spartans here on opening night. A twilight sky has faded into darkness now, about 20 minutes till 9 o'clock local time. 17-0. Case is shutting out the Tartans. Here's a screen to the near side, and Chris Herrera on the little hook. Picks up about 3 yards, maybe 4. Looks like it's 3rd and 7 from the 40. Brian Jangro has tried to just take little chunks at a time. 11 for 22 in the ball game now for 83 yards. Throw over the middle is caught, but shy of a first down. Another look at Chris Herrera on the catch. Cody Calhoun has been in the area all night, makes the tackle. Calhoun was heavily recruited by the Yale Bulldogs, and for personal reasons at the last minute decided, you know what, I think Case Western is the right place for me. And I think you could ask just about any coach on this Case staff. They are thrilled to have him. He's already had a nice start to his career. Lapsevic wants a fair catch. He'll get it just inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line. So Carnegie Mellon 3 and out the first time around. They this time did the same. And this stagnant Tartans offense has not really improved as the evening has worn on. Case clearly dominating in this ball game at this point. See if Spartans could maybe add some more points on the scoreboard and really just take this one out of the contest here already. 8:14 left in the third quarter. 17-zip. Sparty on top. A motion man and a handoff to him. That looks like Seacray coming around the outside. And a nice little jab step up toward the 25. Actually, that was Sean Lapsevic with the carry. Seacray patted him on the back of the helmet on the way up. Trips to the left for Case this time around. A little pass to the left-hand side. Lapsevic gets another touch, but this excellent gain is going to come back because of a flag in the backfield. Too bad for the Spartans, who on that play picked up 29 yards, and it looks like it's going to come all the way back. The referee is waving them back toward where Billy Beecher is standing in the backfield. Still waiting for the signal. Hold will go on left guard Seamus McDonald, a junior from Medina, Ohio, not too far from here. Tough break. Both of these two teams have been pretty well disciplined so far today. That's going to put the line of scrimmage all the way back to the 15 as opposed to the Carnegie Mellon 45 where that play had ended. So drastically different field position because of the penalty. Brings up first down and 25. No, I beg your pardon. First and 20. The scoreboard's incorrect. First and 20 from the 15. Beecher from the gun. Fires left side. It is caught on the far side of the field. And another flag. Reception there from Ethan Albers, but clock stops again. We'll see what this infraction is for. Midway through the third quarter, it's all Spartans, but right now shooting themselves in the foot. And this one is offensive pass interference. So, 2 consecutive plays, Case has marched the wrong direction. We'll see where the new line of scrimmage goes, but an offensive pass interference, that should be about half the distance to the goal from the 15-yard line. Sounds like they'll put it right around the 7 or 8. They need to get to their own 35 for a first down. It is first and literally a mile. Two receivers either direction for Beecher, who has got his back against his own end zone, trying to create a little breathing room. He hands it off up the middle, but the Tartans quickly swarm to it. First one there was number 49, senior nose guard Dustin Schneider from Hampton, New Jersey. Jonathan Tanner on screen there helped him finish it off. Second down and long. Line of scrimmage now the 12. Crowd coming to life here at DiSanto Field. Here's a play to the outside, and the freshman DiFrancesco is quickly stopped at the 17 or 18-yard line. That will bring up third down and 17. We'll see if Beecher wants to air this one out. He's had a couple of completions today of over 20 yards. Not many, but a couple. Beecher at this point, 17 for 28, 213 yards through the air. Six minutes left in the third quarter. Beecher. Again, they need the 35 for the first down. He steps up, he scoots to the right, and is dropped. So the Spartans will punt the football after marching in the wrong direction on the hold. The offensive pass interference. It is technically fourth down and 12. While we did see a fake punt earlier, I'd be floored if we saw another one here. You're up by 17. You don't mess around with that kind of thing. Punt returner for Carnegie Mellon is number 25, Samer Abdelmadi. And the kick from Adrian Cannon. Not a bad punt. Received at the 35. Nice spin move as he is smacked immediately. Picked up a decent number of yards on the return, but Nate Knockhazel with the stop on special teams for Case. And Carnegie Mellon, I feel like we've said this a couple times, the offense, nothing to complain about with the start of field position for them, but just hasn't really panned out well. Carnegie Mellon trying to find their own, still a pretty young team. Really the only guy who's got real veteran presence on the offensive side as this handoff goes to the left-hand side and a helmet-popping collision. That was carried, by the way, by sophomore running back Gage Erdman, his first carry of the ball game. Only guy with any real big experience for Carnegie Mellon is senior wideout Tim Swanson, easily the team's leading returning receiver. Second and 5 from the 46, looking towards Swanson, an incomplete pass on the far side of the field. Brings up third and 5 with 4:40 left in the third quarter. Case ahead, 17-0. We'll take a look around the PAC scoreboard here in just a moment. Again, we'll try to help you get familiar with some of the new teams from across the President's Athletic Conference. Both of these two teams new affiliate members as of tonight. Nice catch and a big, well-timed hit. Everett DeShong and Aaron Weisberg, a couple of linebackers tonight who have established quite a presence. No doubt about that. Brings up fourth down and about a yard from midfield, and Carnegie Mellon looks like they'll punt. Waynesburg beat Muskingum 33-0 this afternoon. Wesley beat Thomas More. Thomas More is in the conference. The Thomas More Saints down in Crestview Hills, Kentucky. Pretty good athletic programs from that university. The women's basketball team last year was #1 in the country entering the NCAA tournament. As this punt finds the end zone, it's a touchback. St. Vincent, the week, well, I guess it's technically week 3 since Case has a bye week, but their second game opponent. St. Vincent today was blanked in University Heights, just 5 miles or so from here, against the John Carroll Blue Streaks, 44-0. John Carroll, the 10th ranked team in the country, knocked off St. Vincent. Bethany, who is typically a pretty good basketball school, but they have not particularly fared well in football lately. They were trounced today by Mount Union, 58-7. Case back on offense as Beecher goes to work. Fake handoff. Oh, nice play. He keeps it as he goes up the middle and has a pickup of 4 or 5 yards. Well done there. Nicely designed. It's halftime at Washington and Jefferson, where W&J has a 24-17 lead over the Fighting Scots of Worcester College. Worcester is in the North Coast Athletic Conference and are about 50 miles or so south of Cleveland. Juniata beat Grove City today. Grove City is in Pennsylvania. That's a school in the PAC. 21-13 that final. Beecher to the near side. He's got an open man. Well done by DiFrancesco to absorb the hit and keep going forward up to the 42-yard line. An 18-yard completion. That freshman's had a nice ball game. I think Billy Beecher's finding himself a new buddy. Very well done. Westminster is beating up on Hiram middle of the third quarter. It's 27-3 in that ball game. Beecher with a handoff here. Secre somehow slithers through the middle of the line of scrimmage. Good pickup there of 8 yards. 2nd and 2, just shy of midfield. Teal is beating Allegheny 21-0. Teal will be the next opponent played here at home as this one pops out. And how about that? Right place, right time. It is Carnegie Mellon football. Well, Case doesn't seem too thrilled. Billy Beecher is saying the same thing. Head coach Greg Debelak on the near sideline is pleading his case, but it doesn't look like it's going to go back the direction of the Spartans. So Deb's got his peace of mind, but clearly a little frustrated with the call not going his way. But 17-0, Case ahead. And right now they are in firm control. This is their second turnover, though. No takeaways by the Case defense. 1st and 10, Jangro guns it over the middle of the field. And with a nice completion, a 22-yard reception. That time, junior Chris Herrera on the catch. And the Tartans with a little bit of a sense of urgency now. That puts Jangro over the century mark through the air in this one. Another 4-receiver look, 1st and 10 from the 30. That one batted at the line of scrimmage. Everett DeShong is all but etched his name in stone as the defensive player of the game in this one. He has been absolutely crazy good. He and KJ Peterson leading the way with tackles. Misdirection handoff. Nice little shake to the outside here and spinning his way forward, getting up inside of the 20. There's a flag thrown in the end zone, and we'll see exactly where it's put. Now they're going to adjust exactly where. The back judge, he had originally tripped over himself. By the way, the carry came again from Gage Erdman, the sophomore running back. It's an illegal block in the back against the Tartans, so that will negate what was a pretty good run. Teal now leads Allegheny 21-7 in the third corner as the Allegheny Gators just scored. Gators hosting that football game. That play with where the penalty had occurred will make it now 2nd down and about 6 yards from the 26. Strength of the formation to the right for Brian Jangro. He keeps it and is down quickly. Boy, did Case's front 7 just collapse on the quarterback there. Everett DeShong in on the stop along with Josh Rogers, a returning starter at nose guard. Loss of 3 brings up 3rd and 9. Case leads 17-0. If you joined us a little late, we are closing in on the minute mark of the third quarter. Jangro trying to get out of trouble. Wants some help to block. He is close but shy of the first down on the far side of the field. Freshman from Jessup, Maryland, making his case to continue to have the starting quarterback job ahead of freshman Tom Kelly on the depth chart. 4th down and 4. Carnegie Mellon has really no choice at this point. They've got to go for it, down 3 scores and having not put any points on the board yet. Tartan spread it out. A look to the left, a quick pass, it's incomplete. Right over the middle of the field, Case's defense sniffed it out. The throw was behind the intended receiver, Max Reinertsen. And the Case Spartans forced their second turnover on downs of the evening. .37 seconds left on the third quarter clock as Sean Lapsevic, Billy Beecher and company take the field on offense once again. They only need to run one play in the third quarter if they want. So the drive will begin from the 24. Motion across the line, a fake handoff. It is kept and ran up the middle. Billy Beecher with the sneak. Not a bad pickup, about 3.5 or 4 yards. 17 seconds on the game clock, and again, the play clock not a factor right now. And the entire sideline for Case is marching from left to right, as if to say, all right, well, we'll stand out on the field, but that clock is going to run down, and we're not going to make any more attempts to run a play. That'll do it for the third quarter. So the only points in the second half belong to the Case Western Reserve University Spartans on a 33-yard field goal. It's 17-0 Case tonight, looking to win their 13th consecutive opening game. Also looking for their 8th straight win over Carnegie Mellon. Fourth quarter action coming up when we return on athletics.case.edu. Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N. Well, if you're a fan of Spartan football, you've had plenty to cheer about here this evening. 17-0, Case on top as we start the fourth quarter. Brendan Gulick with you. Dave Wilson not here this evening. He'll be back for the second home game of the season, 3 weeks from today against Teal College. I'll join him that afternoon as Case will look to hopefully at that point go 3-0. We'll see. St. Vincent, their opponent upcoming, has lost 22 consecutive games. Beecher over the middle, he's got it! Big completion near midfield for Zach Medved. Medved has been a big part of this passing game on big plays, but not necessarily consistently today. That's the second or third time he's had a big catch. It moves the chains, 1st and 10 from midfield. High snap, but a handoff up the middle. And it's Adam Hockman. Pickup of 3 yards, goes to the 47. 2nd and 7. Again, the next Saturday, the Spartans will be off. But in 2 weeks, they'll go to St. Vincent, which is a school in Pennsylvania. In western Pennsylvania, to be more specific. And St. Vincent has not won a football game in 3 years. They are 0 for their last 22 in that category. There's a pass and catch to the near side. Look at that effort. Luke DiFrancesco. His motor just hasn't stopped running all day. Early fourth quarter, Case has not let their foot off the gas quite yet. 17-0, the Spartans trying to build up some momentum for themselves here. The defense has been more impressive than the offense today, but the offense has definitely given them enough of a cushion. Hard count. Here's the handoff, right up the gut. And the Spartans, at least at this point, are content with keeping that play clock running. Another carry there for the junior from Austin, Texas, Adam Hockman. He's replaced real quick by Manny Secray from another part of the country, Miami, Florida. You know, that's one thing really cool about looking at two schools like this. Obviously, these are two of the most outstanding research institutions throughout the country. But you literally have guys from all over the place that come and play football here. As on the near sideline, Luke DiFrancesco with the catch goes out of bounds. I mean, just on the offensive side of the ball, Sean Lapsevic from Presto, Pennsylvania. You got senior receiver Colin McLeod from Tacoma, Washington. Senior tight end George Duraney from Northville, Michigan. Mentioned Secrays from Miami, Florida. Hockman, Austin, Texas. Ethan Albers is from Oviedo, Florida. Then you got a couple guys like kicker Nick Bavaro, who's in Cleveland's backyard in Medina. That one an incomplete attempt on the near side of the field, looking for McLeod. I mentioned earlier in the telecast here that Carnegie Mellon's roster is represented by 31 different states, including Hawaii, believe it or not. Second down, 10 to go. Line of scrimmage is the 22 for Case, who leads at 17-zip with 12:50 to play. Beecher in the gun. He is quickly going to get it off. Nice little play up the middle. Look at him go. Secray stopped just shy, down at the 6. He got hit hard and is a little bit slow to get up. That was a good, clean, low hit. Manny Secray is feeling it once again. Jonathan Dyer. Aaron Watson also there on the tackle. Secray slowly sitting up. And you can see Billy Beecher, the senior leader over there, trying to will his teammate to feel better, because they know how important it is for Secray to be a part of this offense. Mentioned last year he missed most of the season to injuries. Kenny Reardon, one of the team's running backs a year ago, definitely had the lion's share of carries. Good to see Secray walking off the field, mostly under his own power there. So Case is knocking on the door. A little bit of a different look here. They're going to send Anthony Bianco, the running back, out wide to the right. 5-receiver set. Lapsevic and McLeod are to the left. The tight end Duraney is to the right-hand side of the field. And now a timeout. They had also sent Lynch and Bianco out to the right-hand side. So slightly different unit in that regard. We'll see how things play out here. It's 1st and goal from the 7. With 12:23 left in the fourth quarter. That's the first timeout burned by either team here in the second half. Well, Case right now, if they could score, you could pretty much lock this one up in the win column. It would be program victory number 199 for the Spartans, who would very likely be able to pick up their 200th career victory on the road. But I'll give away a little secret. I actually, prior to coming to this game, I saw John Carroll play St. Vincent. The game was just up the street here. St. Vincent got a new head coach, Ron Dolciato, who spent 27 years in some capacity at John Carroll. And you can tell that the football team that he's got out there now, not exactly the same group that lost 21 straight, but up against a nationally top 10 team in the opener. That's a tough one. So St. Vincent, don't write them off completely, but I would certainly favor the Spartans in that matchup. But got to take care of business here tonight. We'll see if they can do it. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Beecher looks left, guns it over, caught, touchdown. Second touchdown catch of the night for the junior Ethan Albers. He got the first one in the first quarter, and his second catch in the end zone makes it 23-0 Case with 12:19 left on the second half clock. Neither of the receptions from Albers were particularly lengthy. A 9-yard catch in the first half and a nicely designed play, a 7-yard just run to the pylon route as the PAT is up and good. So how about the Spartans tonight? What a statement they are making in the 29th Annual Academic Bowl. Sticking it to Carnegie Mellon this evening, 24-0. If Case wins this, it would make it 15-14 in the all-time series. And it would be 8 consecutive wins for Greg Debelak, who has never lost an opening game as a head coach. I don't care what you say about a guy who's got, certain things to his resume or not. If you know and you're going to go out there and play in week 1, I think any coach would love to know that they were going to start 1-0 each week. And that's what Greg Debelak has done. He's had his team ready. He is prepared well in the offseason. He's recruited pretty well, obviously, with three consecutive very special seasons in 07, 08, and 09. Even had the team nationally ranked in 2010. Mentioned earlier the success that Rich Lackner has had for Carnegie Mellon, but let's not sell Mr. Debelak short. He has certainly earned the accolades here as well. Kickoff being returned from the 10-yard line. Tartans looking for something, and I don't think they find much there. I would say that they were looking for good field position, but to be quite honest, that hasn't really been much of a factor. The offense for Carnegie Mellon in the second half has been virtually non-existent. They've had one decent drive. In the first half, Carnegie Mellon ran 37 plays for 131 yards. In the second half, they've run 15 plays for a total of 53 yards. Jangro hit in the backfield and sacked. Very nicely done coming off the near side edge by Everett DeShong, number 24. Also helped out there defensively by number 92, Dayton Snyder. .48 left in the ball game. Case up 24-0. For Carnegie Mellon with a brand new offensive coordinator, things have not worked out the way they had hoped for tonight. No doubt about that, as the Case defense again swallows him up. This time, it's Justin Williams. This has been a pretty unselfish team tonight, too. I think that might be one of the things that's impressed me the most. Billy Beecher has used a ton of different targets on offense, and the defense tonight has just done their job. There's a low throw, and they're going to rule it a catch, but multiple flags thrown in the area of the Chris Herrera reception. Clock stops at 11:01. We'll see if there was some pass interference or illegal contact of some kind on the play. Things being sorted out. And here's the call. It's defensive holding on cornerback Nick Kwan, number 41. So the Spartans, who committed a couple of crucial penalties in an offensive situation earlier on, now commit a fairly meaningful one here defensively. We'll see where they mark it. The original line of scrimmage was the 18-yard line, I believe. I'm not sure what I'm missing here. They're taking an awfully long time now walking it off. We'll see where they put it. Should be an automatic first down on defensive holding. And it is. Okay, so first down, 10 to go from the 28. Well, it's the first game of the year for the officials, too. Everybody's trying to get it right. There's a pass to the flat on the left. It's caught. Herrera gets some space. It's a 15-yard pickup and a first down for the Tartans. Just the 11th first down. Case, by comparison, with 23 in this one. Brian Jangro now with over 130 yards of passing, averaging 1 of 2 completions, 14 for 28 in this one. 10.5 minutes to play. Jangro in the flat on the right, not particularly accurate, but the catch made nonetheless by Hayden Cardiff. Billy Beecher has gone over the 300-yard mark through the air. 24 for 37. He has thrown for 301 yards, an interception, 2 touchdowns. Favorite target in this one has been Luke DiFrancesco, 5 catches for 56. There's a check down route to the left and some room to go. Another first down on the far side of the field. Nice little play there. Catch and run there from the running back Troy Witt. Under 10 minutes to play in the ball game. Case with a 24-0 lead. Five catches for Chris Herrera. He's the favorite target for Jangro tonight. 3rd down and 1. And a slide really close to the line of scrimmage, but he had by about a half a yard, just enough to move the sticks. The clock continues to tick away with 9.5 minutes left. Case's defense looks pretty well conditioned this evening as well. They don't seem to be wearing out at all with the game having progressed this late. 1st and 10 from the Case Western 47. Jangro over the middle and way over the head. And a tough flag thrown in. I think this one could get picked up. While there may have been contact, you got to have a catchable pass, and I don't think that one was catchable. Wow. Well, the Spartans keep marching backwards on the defensive holding. They are going to whistle number 28, KJ Peterson, for the violation. So Case, who was not even in the least bit penalty prone in the first half, has been in half number 2. I don't think they committed a single penalty in the first half. 5 penalties for 47 yards through a quarter and a half here in the second half of play. 1st and 10 from the 36. Fumble in the backfield, and the Spartans have it. Big hit, big play, and a bigger fumble recovery. Going crazy as he comes off the field, Dayton Snyder, who picked it up. Snyder having a little bit of fun, no doubt. Well, how about that? That's the kind of play you needed to come up with to stop the bleeding, if you will. Nine minutes left in the ball game, and it's all Spartans, 24-0. First turnover caused by the Case defense tonight. They've had a couple of sacks, but that time finally able to strip it away from the freshman Brian Jangro. Beecher back to work. 1st and 10 from the 47. A motion man, now a pitch to the left. This is moving to the left. Down inside the 40 is Anthony Bianco, and I actually beg your pardon, that is not Billy Beecher, that is freshman quarterback Rob Kuda. Kuda took a bit of a hit in the backfield after pitching that ball away, but definitely stuck his nose in there. So we'll see if Kuda can get something rolling. Looks like Beecher's day may be over with the game pretty much in hand at this point. Kuda checks the near sideline. A freshman quarterback, 6 foot 1 inch tall, 195 pounds, from Bartlett, Illinois. Kuda hands up the middle, bouncing to the left, trying to make it happen. Bianco down inside the 20, down to the 15. Anthony Bianco with another big carry, 2 big carries in consecutive plays. Case had a touchdown in the first, second, and fourth quarters, a field goal in the third, looking to make it a double-digit offensive quarter for them. Still 8 minutes left in the ball game. It's 24-0. Carnegie Mellon has turned the ball over on downs twice and had a field goal blocked right at the end of the first half. Kuda fires far side. It's caught and dropped at the 5. The completion is good for a first down. Pass hauled in there for Case by number 11, Dan Cronin. So mostly the second unit out there now for the Spartans. First and goal from the 5. Kuda back looking at the near sideline. On an option play, he pitches it. Bianco again, cuts back in, hurdles over a defender and across the goal line. Another Spartan touchdown. 30-0 Case. Anthony Bianco with his first rushing touchdown of the season. This Case offense tonight is just made mincemeat of the Tartans, no question. Low snap on the extra point. It is tipped and deflects off the goalpost. No good. So the score will stay 30-0. Bianco's 5-yard run with 7 minutes and 24 seconds left caps off just a 4-play, 47-yard drive. A minute and a half after the fumble, the Spartans cash in. A quick outlook at the Case schedule, if you're wondering maybe what it might look like the rest of the season. So we've mentioned a couple times they're off next Saturday, their only bye of the year. Then they're at St. Vincent. Back-to-back home games, September 27th against Teal College. Then they'll host Bethany on October 4th, another night game, that one a 6 p.m. kickoff. They'll go to Waynesburg October 11th. Homecoming is October 18th against Geneva. That's a 1:30 kick. 3 consecutive road games at Washington and Jefferson on October 25th. Then they'll play another game within the UAA at Washington on November 1st, a game in St. Louis. 12 o'clock kick Central Time there. They'll play at Thomas More November 8th before hosting Chicago November 15th for Senior Day. Not a bad kick return for the Tartans as contact continues over into the Carnegie Mellon bench. Cooler heads prevail. 7:14 left in this one. And Carnegie Mellon at this point just trying to salvage a little bit of pride. It has been a tough one for them tonight. Well, judging by the games on this schedule, I hate to get too predicting, but I'd like to think this Case team could definitely start 3-0. Teal is okay, but from what I've seen from Case tonight, that's a very winnable game. St. Vincent definitely a winnable game as Everett DeShong smokes Jangro. Boy, is he played out of his mind. Everett DeShong does it again. Well, if the rest of the season plays out anything in the same regard that it does tonight, this could be a pretty fun campaign for Case Western Reserve, who typically has played a who's who of a schedule, traveling literally all over the country. This one is over to the near sideline, a little reception there and driven out of bounds. I'll bring up second down. In Case went as far west last year as going and playing in Puget Sound up in the very far northwestern corner of the state up in Washington. It's 3rd down and 12 from the 31. Screen play to the left and not nearly enough to move the chains. So with 6:12 and counting in the ball game, the Tartans will bring on the special teams unit to punt. Back deep to return, that is Dan Cronin, not Sean Lapsevic, so they're giving Cronin a chance to try to return a punt here. The punt from Coman, spiraling, and a catch near the 32. Cronin near side, breaks a couple tackles, and is stopped at about the 37-yard line. Five minutes, 33 seconds left in the ball game. And if you're Case, you just want to run the clock out here as quickly as you can. A lot of defensive players for the Tartans with their hands on their hips at this point. Some a little exasperated, some a little frustrated, and others probably both. New quarterback in the ball game for the Spartans. That is freshman QB number 18, Connor Simpson, from Manhattan Beach, California, Windward High School. So Simpson, the third quarterback of the ball game to work for Case. We're deep into the reserves now for the Spartans, so forgive me if I don't identify a player quite as quickly. There's a quarterback keeper to the right-hand side. Nice job there by Simpson. Tackle on the play for Carnegie Mellon from Drew Fitzmaurice, a freshman safety from Omaha, Nebraska. 6-yard carry brings up 2nd down and 4. Maybe a little closer to 2nd and 3. Now they back it up to 2nd and 4. Okay. Simpson in the gun. High snap, he bobbles it. Tries to make something out of it, and he'll actually pick up about 2 yards. Good concentration there from the freshman. The Tartans, you might notice too that with the way things used to be in the UAA, you used to have to pick a 55-man travel roster. And as the President's Athletic Conference, now the primary conference for both schools, that's no longer the case, so more guys traveling for both teams. There's a stop at the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down and 4. Again, Bianco on the carry there as Connor Simpson comes off the near side. He's got the white Under Armour sleeves on, although maybe those are Nike sleeves considering the awfully nice new Nike uniforms. Under 4 minutes to play. Case up 30-0 over Carnegie Mellon. This one all but over. It will be the 8th consecutive win in this series for the Spartans and the 13th straight opening night victory for Case football. Good punt down the field from Adrian Cannon inside the 15-yard line. Good movement over to the far side from Samer Abdelmadi, who's been returning punts all night. So 3.5 minutes before this one is in the books. And it's all Spartans at this point. Carnegie Mellon had a chance early in this ball game to make a statement. In fact, Case on their first offensive possession, they had gotten a 1st down. By the way, there is a flag on the field, but we'll see which way it goes. It's a personal foul face mask on Carnegie Mellon. But anyways, Case early in the ball game picked up 1 1st down and then punted the ball. And the Tartans literally went all the way up the field. And in a situation where you probably would usually see a field goal, they went for it on 4th down and did not convert. And Case had all the momentum from there on out. Well, this is not necessarily good news. On the near sideline, senior running back Manny Secre is on crutches. Incomplete pass to the left. I don't know, obviously, the depth of that injury. He had just taken a ice bag off his low, I believe it was his right ankle. A couple of his teammates pat him on the back on the way by. By the way, 2nd and 10 from the 11. You get a shot of Secre there, who, even though he's on crutches, seems to be walking okay. Clearly he's done for the night tonight, but That would be a big blow for Case. Driving him out of bounds on the near sideline near the 13-yard line. Good contain there on the run. Stop on the play made by Tim Briarcheck, linebacker, a sophomore. Clock stops at 3:19. Third down and virtually 10. Technically 3rd and 9, but pretty much a full 10 yards. A little pre-snap motion. Tartan's going to throw it over the middle, and it is incomplete. Awfully good attempt to catch that ball from senior Tim Swanson, but just couldn't get his wrists underneath it. And it looks like there's another injured Spartan down on the field. That appears to be number 15 for Case defensively. That's Jason Lockamy, freshman defensive end from Apex, North Carolina. So the silver lining in this ball game, obviously, that Case is coming away handily, 30-0 right now. But it's not exactly wrapping up the way you'd like. Lockamy comes off the field under his own power, but limping. And Manny Secre, who had some ice on his ankle, is on crutches and literally standing all by himself on the near sideline. Can only wonder what must be going through his head after having missed a huge portion of last season due to injury. Certainly hope he'll be okay to go in a couple weeks against St. Vincent. From the literally his own end zone, a punt coming. It's fielded by Cronin, looking for room, and he's tackled right around the 38-yard line. 2:50 left. Carnegie Mellon just hasn't had it tonight. They have given it a good effort, but for whatever reason, just haven't really been able to come up with something this evening. Carnegie Mellon has a player who's a little slow to get up. That is number 17. I believe that's Aaron Watson down on the field. Watson looks like he's just cramping up a little bit. Even though the football team won't be back until 2 weeks from tonight, we'll still have some action for you here at DiSanto Field next week. Case will host Baldwin Wallace, a crosstown team. Baldwin Wallace University, the Yellow Jackets compete in the Ohio Athletic Conference. A men's soccer matchup at 7:30 on Wednesday night. We'll have that one for you. Aaron Watson receiving some somewhat lengthier attention here than I originally expected. Hopefully the seriousness of his injury isn't too high. Well, while he's still laying down on the ground, I think we'll take a quick timeout. Not exactly sure why he wasn't able to get up. He certainly looked okay originally, but since he is still laying down on his back, we'll step away. Case 30, Carnegie Mellon nothing. We've got just 2:50 left in this ball game. Back in Cleveland in a second on athletics.case.edu. Experience style and sophistication at the revitalized Cleveland Marriott downtown at Key Center. An ideal location for meetings and gatherings of any size, Cleveland Marriott offers stunning views of Lake Erie and the breathtaking city skyline. Newly renovated, this 25-story Cleveland hotel boasts 400 guest rooms with sleek furnishings, an indoor pool, and fitness center. Book your special Case Western Reserve rate by visiting us at clevelandmarriottdowntown.com and entering promotional code C0N. Back at DiSanto Field, Case leads Carnegie Mellon 30-0. And that is not particularly a sight we wanted to see. Aaron Watson was on the two deep for this defensive unit for Carnegie Mellon, putting literally no weight at all on his right leg. It looked like they were attending to his right knee. Hopefully that's not a bad injury. The way he originally went down, he was not writhing in pain at all. So hopefully he's okay. 1st and 10 for Case. Simpson back in there at QB. A flag comes in as the little pitch handoff to the right-hand side to Bianco went over, and this the end of this game is just taking forever, and a outcome that was Well, honestly determined a long time ago as the Spartans get whistled for a hold here. Just 2:43 remaining in this ball game in case commits a penalty. So again, we'll have Spartan Athletics back on the air for you on Wednesday night. It's a men's soccer matchup between Case and Baldwin Wallace at 7:30, 7:15 pregame show. 2:40 and counting. It's first down and about 13 yards from the spot of that hold that backed it up. Option play to the left, Bianco again. And he just runs into a few white jerseys. Augie Luptak with the tackle. Sophomore safety from Sewickley, PA. Not sure I've heard of that city. 2nd and 9. Simpson barking out the signals either direction. A couple running backs in the backfield with him. There's the snap and the handoff. Again, Bianco stumbles, tries to keep his balance, but not quite enough. 5-yard pickup. 3rd down and a manageable distance here, about 5 yards or so, with 1:35 left in the ball game. If Simpson uses the clock right, he would still probably need to get 2 plays off here. But they'll wait a little bit as Greg Debelak points to the play clock and says, hey, run that sucker all the way down. You're at 1:19 on the game clock. Simpson snaps it. They hand it off right up the chute. And a first down. And another flag. Oh, boy. Clock stops with 1:08. Not sure why toward the end of the game the Spartans here have been a little bit penalty prone. Another penalty on the Spartans backs them up. It is 3rd down again. So the holding call backs up the home team this evening, who's in those awfully nice new gray jerseys. They need the 29 for a first down. The line of scrimmage is the 44. 3rd down and 15. 1 minute and counting left in the ball game. Simpson going to run the play clock all the way down. He's at 10 seconds right now. There's the snap. Option play to the left. He pitches it. And Bianco is dropped right around the 44. There's about a 1 second difference between play clock and game clock. They will have to snap it. So we'll see what the Spartans choose to do. In a situation like this, you could literally just snap the ball, wait for it to hit all 000s, and take a kneel. And it appears they will at least line up offensively. 10 seconds left in this one. This game is over. I was waiting for the clock to make it official. 4th and 15. Simpson snaps the ball, hands it off, and the run up the middle, handoff here. So a carry in the ball game for Jacob Burke, and this one is final. The Case Western Reserve Spartans with an impressive 30-0 shutout of the Carnegie Mellon Tartans in the opening game of the 2014 season.